It's a beautiful Thursday morning in the fabulous Florida Keys. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty. We're in for a beautiful sunny day today with temperatures in the upper 70s all day long. Those of us that live here prefer 80s, but 70s, upper 70s especially, is great for the tourists. It's a great beach day, great day to just be out. We have a lot of the spring breakers in town and they take advantage of the beach. The beach and a case of beer is a cheap afternoon out for a college kid. You may know Key West as being a town well known for President Roosevelt visiting. We have Roosevelt Boulevard, actually two. We have North Roosevelt Boulevard and South Roosevelt Boulevard. There's a condo complex townhome called Roosevelt Annex. There's another one called Roosevelt Gardens, all named after President Roosevelt. But on this day in history in 1925, on March 13th, President Roosevelt was not elected president yet at that point. He was the Secretary of the Navy. He and his wife Eleanor came down to Key West just to take a few days off, forget about life for a while, and go fishing. Key West has been a favorite of a lot of the presidents in the past. President Truman, President Roosevelt. I actually met President Carter when he was here. What a nice man. Both President Bushes have been here. President Trump has been here. It's just been a very big community for the presidents to come. It's a nice place to relax, get away, and forget about everything. This is my morning market MLS update video I do every day right about this same time. I report all the new listings in Key West and the lower Keys that have come on the market in the last 24 hours. If you watch this video every day, you will know about all the new listings from Big Pine Key down to Key West the same day the realtors find out about them. You can also get a much more detailed description of these listings, including photographs, if you follow my blog, keywestinvesting.com. There's a lot more information about the homes on the blogs, a lot more details, any unique features the home may have, photos of the inside of the home, photos of the outside of the home. If the home happens to be waterfront, it happens to have a pool, there'll be photos of the water view, photos of the pool. It's just a lot more information that I can cram into a couple-minute quick YouTube video. Again, that web address is keywestinvesting.com. And it's updated from the Florida Keys multiple listing service, including photographs every day. If you like this video and you want to stay current with what's being listed in the Florida Keys at what price every day, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do a video just like this each morning. And also, whether you're already a subscriber or a new subscriber, you'll see that thumbs up like symbol. If you can click that, that helps me advance in the YouTube algorithm. It'll help my channel grow, so I'd appreciate it if you could just take a quarter of a second and click that like button. We have 7 new homes to go over today, but before I tell you about the homes, I have to cover the legal stuff. The state of Florida's legal department has to butt in, and too many lawyers around. The information I'm about to give you comes directly from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. I'm not accepting any responsibility for any of these listings. I'm not claiming any of these listings to be my own listing, and I'm not accepting any responsibility if there's any inaccuracies in any of the information I give you. I'm simply reading it to you right from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. The first one we have is a condo in Truman Annex in the Shipyard section of Truman Annex. This is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 580 square foot condo. The Truman Annex is very popular for several reasons. The two main ones, the first one is you can rent in the Truman Annex in 7-day intervals, where most of Key West that does not have a transient license is a 30-day minimum rental period by law. The other big attraction of the Truman Annex is the location. You can walk to Duval Street, you can walk to Mallory Square to see the famous Key West Sunset Festival. You can walk to the Truman Waterfront Park. You can walk to the Coffee Butler Amphitheater if you're in town to see a concert. It'd be a long walk, but a simple bicycle ride, which is what most people use when they're vacationing in Key West. It'd be a simple bicycle ride out to Fort Zachary Taylor State Park, which is, in my opinion, the nicest beach we have in all of Key West. But back to the rentals, when the Truman Annex licenses were issued, back when they were built, they were issued on an umbrella platform, and they're up to be voted on this year, 2025, on whether or not they're going to renew the transient licenses. So if you're buying the property and you absolutely must have that rental income, I would hold off until after the vote. Even if they were back to the 30-day rentals, the location alone would make them a great income source. But before you spend your money based on the transient licenses, I'd like to see the outcome of the vote. My personal opinion, and I want to very much clarify, this is just my opinion, is that the licenses will be revoted back in and they'll stay, but it's being offered at $675,000 for a one-bedroom, one-bathroom condo, which is a great buy, but I'd rather you wait till the vote than spend your $675,000 based on my opinion. It wouldn't be the first time I've been wrong. It won't be the last time I'm wrong if it happens to not pass. Then in Key West's 1800 Atlantic Boulevard condos, the address obviously is 1800 Atlantic Boulevard, and that's also the name of the condos. We have a two-bedroom, two-bathroom, 1,357 square foot condo. If you've watched any of my videos in the past, you know I absolutely love 1800. It's just a great condo complex. They're right on the open Atlantic Ocean. They have their own private beach. They have an Olympic-sized swimming pool. You can tell it was built in the 80s. They have a 25-plus person hot tub. There's 3 tennis courts. One of them is the Wimbledon-style clay tennis court. The other 2 are the asphalt. They have a fitness center that's more like a true gym, like a Planet Fitness or an Anytime Fitness. It's not like a lot of condo complexes. They'll just throw a couple dumbbells and a Stairmaster in there and call it a fitness center. They have meeting rooms. They have a library. Their courtyard inside the buildings. The building kind of forms a C shape around the courtyard and the pool and the beach. The courtyard is beautiful. You feel like you're in a tropical oasis garden style. All that being said, this particular condo, in my opinion, is very overpriced. It's in the C building, but it's on the odd number side. There's 3 buildings in 1800. There's the A building, the B building, and the C building. In the A building, the odd number condos face the courtyard and face the water. You've got the great view. And the even numbers face, they call it the nature preserve. I call it the woods. And in the C building is the exact opposite because they're mirrored. The even numbered units face the courtyard and the water and the pool. The odd number units, which this one is C219, they face out onto Bertha Street, which is one of the major traffic streets going to Smathers Beach, the largest public beach in Key West, so it can get a little noisy. Being on the second floor and being on the outside of the C building, it's offered at $1,299,000, which I just think is overpriced. I hope it sells for that for the sake of all the ones I've sold. I've sold well over a dozen condos in there, and if this one sells at that price, it's just going to bring up the value of all my past clients that have condos in there I've sold. I hope they get it, but I don't think they're going to. But again, that's just my opinion. Then in Key West's Old Town neighborhood on Eaton Street, it's a very large house, a 5-bedroom, 6-bathroom, 2,448 square foot house. Eaton Street is a great street. It's the main road going into Duval Street. They have some multi-million-dollar mansions. I've seen houses on Eaton Street sell over $5 and $6 million. This one has what's very important for Old Town, especially a busy street like Eaton Street. It has off-street parking for 2 vehicles, which is extremely important in Old Town. It's being offered at $3,450,000, which is an excellent price for a house that size on Eaton Street. Then we go up to Sugarloaf Key on Jamaica Lane. There's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,248 square foot house. If you read my blog, keywestinvesting.com, you'll see the listing description says that it's located in the Sugarloaf Shores subdivision, which is a very, very high-end exclusive subdivision. That's inaccurate. It's not in Sugarloaf Shores. Jamaica Lane is 1 street away from Sugarloaf Shores, but it's actually located in a subdivision called Orchid Park. There's Jamaica Lane and there's Cayman, just 2 streets that make up Orchid Park. The people that live in Jamaica will tell you they're in Sugarloaf Shores, kind of like someone who lives in Brooklyn or lives in Queens will tell you they live in Manhattan. But if you ask someone who lives on the island of Manhattan, they'll say, no, Brooklyn is not New York City. Queens is not New York City. If you ask the people who live on Jamaica, they'll tell you they're in Sugarloaf Shores. If you ask the people that are truly in Sugarloaf Shores, they'll tell you, no, Jamaica is not Sugarloaf Shores. It's being offered at $1,075,000, which is a great price for a house this close to Key West. It's only about a 15-minute ride to Key West, right on the canal. My only concern with it is there is no dock. If you did like this house, I'd want to look during our due diligence inspection period and see if they have a dock permit in place or if they've applied for a dock permit. You could easily get a dock, but it would be time consuming and tedious if they don't already have the permit in place. You have to go through the Army Corps of Engineers, the EPA, the DEP, and probably about 9 other letters, 9 other government entities that have alphabet acronyms. But $1,075,000 for a house this size. You have a very large backyard. You could easily put a pool in there. If you put the pool in the dock, you'd have Florida Keys living at its best. Walk out your front door and your toughest decision would be, do I want to get in the pool and watch the boats go by, or do I want to get in my boat for a day in the water? Great location, great home, but I would definitely check into the dock situation. Then on Little Torch Key on Lafitte Road in a subdivision called Jolly Roger Estate, we have a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1,144 square foot house right on the open water, and it goes out into Newfound Harbor, which is the deepest, widest boating channel in all of the Lower Keys. This one's being offered at $1,199,000, which is an excellent price for an open water home on Jolly Roger Estates. You'll get amazing sunrise views from this lot, and it faces southeast, which is where our predominant breeze comes in the summertime. You'll really appreciate that breeze keeping you cool in the summertime. The southeast exposure is the best exposure to have, in my opinion. You get the sunrise instead of the sunset, but I'll pass on the sunset to have the breeze all summer long. There's also a full-service marina right in the canal system in Jolly Roger Estate, fuel dock, ship store, boat ramp, bait and tackle. They sell soft drinks, beer, wine, snacks and goodies, fishing gear, anything you need for a day in the water. This is an excellent price for this home. It's definitely worth taking a look at right away if you think you might be interested. Then up on Big Pine Key in a neighborhood known as The Avenues on Avenue I, there's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 960 square foot house. It has a metal roof, which will help you with your insurance credits. It's being offered at $630,000, which is a very good price for any house anywhere in the Florida Keys. This one's about a half-hour ride into Key West. Also on Big Pine on Sandy Circle, there's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,447 square foot house. It's on a double-sized lot, so you have a huge yard with a lot of privacy. Sandy Circle's in a very nice, quiet area. I know it very well. I used to work out of an office that was a few blocks from Sandy Circle. And when I have to take my midday walk around the block just to take a break from things for a while and stop staring at my computer, I'd walk right by this block and this street all the time. There's some nice houses back there. It's a very tight-knit community neighborhood. They all watch out for each other, a very good area. It's being offered at $780,000, which is a very good price for a house 30 minutes from Key West with that much land. And that's all we have for today. If you want to take a look at any of these homes or any home anywhere in the Florida Keys, give me a call at 305-731-0501. And don't forget to check out my blog, keywestinvesting.com. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty.